I hope I wake up on time to make it to work.
I don't really like it.
Tonight at 10, Metro bus makeover. The changes for commuters set for tomorrow. Just how public transit is shifting in the DMV coming up. Striking sight, the lightning illuminating the D.C. skyline, looking like it hit the Washington Monument. A recap of the severe weather still being cleaned up from late in the work week.
And after all that severe weather, we had some more storms today. We'll talk about what is to be expected for your Sunday going into the back half of the weekend. That's all coming up.
And court case impact. Supreme Court justices making landmark rulings for schools in Maryland and elsewhere. Plus how judges may no longer be able to push back on presidential orders. And we are following July 4th savings. Party and picnic foods to cost less this year. Plus where and when to view fireworks this Independence Day holiday.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10 o'clock on DCW 50. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight in Montgomery County. A woman and a 3-year-old were shot last night in Gaithersburg. Police are looking for who's responsible. They say the woman and the child were sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries after responding to McCullough Lane around 8:50 last night. That's just north of Maryland 200 near Mid-County Highway. It is unknown what the relationship is between the two victims. No word of any suspects in this case, which police say appears to have been isolated. Before your first forecast, check this out. Lightning appears to have hit the Washington Monument when? Late Thursday night into Friday, around midnight when those strong storms were starting to pop up. DC City Council sharing this video. We've slowed it down for the moments those streaks of lightning barreled across the sky. Looks like it ended up on the tippy top of the monument. Man, quite a sight indeed. You know, all good things come to an end. We had a beautiful day yesterday, Scott. A little bit of a reprieve from that heat wave, but it was a sticky one at the start of our weekend.
Yeah, and we had some storms today due to that sticky feel outside there, Ben. But the back half of it, we saw a beautiful double rainbow here. I want to thank Christy Yeakel, one of our weather watchers here during the course of the week. She likes to send us some photos there, and you can see the initial rainbow, but the secondary rainbow is right through here, if you trace it with the finger there. And so an interesting sight. You don't usually see those too often. All right, the Washington Monument is fine tonight. No lightning strikes where we got overcast conditions and a very warm feel out there, 84 degrees. We'll drop it down a couple of degrees over the next few hours, be into the 70s and then hold in the 70s until about 7 o'clock in the morning, mid-70s for an overnight low. All right, we had some earlier thunder and lightning, not in the district, but off to the west. And this is all due to a fact that the front is trying to work its way in the area, and it will do so overnight tonight, creating some fog possibly where you did see some heavier rain that moved through earlier on. But we'll have more storms tomorrow. And as we open up our door here on June 29th, what could you expect for tomorrow morning? Well, like I said, some patchy fog is a possibility and a mild morning as well, with temperatures ranging between 64 and 73 degrees. Ben?
All right, Scott, from out the door and toward the bus stop, get ready to some major changes coming on the way for Metro Bus. WMATA will launch its new bus network reroute with new names tomorrow. It's considered the first major overhaul of the bus system since it first hit the road in 1973. Passengers telling our Dave Laval how they feel about these changes.
The better bus network is said to offer enhanced service with 5% fewer stops to improve speed and reliability, but mixed reviews from those who rely on Metro Bus to get around the DMV.
I hope I wake up on time to make it to work on time and the buses aren't late.
Monique Smith waits for her bus at the Fort Totten Metro Station. Starting Sunday, her rides change, along with everyone else who uses the public bus system. She's okay with that.
Change comes and you just go with it. You go with the flow. I'm used to it.
Metro bus operator WMATA calls its so-called better bus network the biggest redesign in its history. More than 500 underused or dangerous stops will be eliminated and some new routes added. Every stop will also be renamed with a new number and letter, like D for downtown routes or C for crosstown.
I don't really like it.
Joe Ongario lives in the Tacoma neighborhood. His concern is not just passengers getting confused by the new routes. He's also upset about the eliminated bus stops, including his.
I had to walk a while to get to the next bus stop.
Metro says staff will be on hand for the next week to answer any questions from riders. There's good news for Metro bus passengers. Fares will not increase when the revised service begins on Sunday. At the Fort Totten Metro Station in Northeast, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Gearing up for a change. Dave, thank you. A reminder for Metro train riders on the Blue Line. There's going to be maintenance starting July the 5th all the way through the 26th. The Franconia, Springfield, and Van Dorn Street stations will close. However, there will be free shuttle buses to replace those trains. WMATA says parking at those stations will be free. New tonight, DC police out with brand new video showing who they say is a person of interest after a double shooting last weekend. Take a look. MPD says they believe this person is believed to have been involved in the shooting last Sunday in Southeast. That's where shots rang out around 6:45 near Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue and Mellon Street. A 16-year-old was reportedly shot in his hip, and a man said he was shot in the neck with injuries to his head and jaw. The shooting happened on the same block where police were already investigating another shooting. Though they do say the two incidents were not connected. If you recognize this person, you're urged to contact police. Meantime, a warning from MPD tonight. They say fake missing persons reports are popping up online, and they're falsely claiming that there's an increase of young women vanishing in recent days. They say they are not, in fact, seeing an uptick, adding they closed more than 99% of cases just last year, and they see more than 5 critical missing person cases on average each day. In Maryland, the State Department of Health is out with some new insight on the state of gun violence. What's this about? They say 671 deaths in Maryland were caused by firearms just last year. Nearly 55% of them homicides, 44% of them death by suicide. The data also shows firearm-related deaths have been slowly dropping, nearly 25% since 2021. There were 780 ER department visits for non-fatal gun injuries last year. All right, ongoing fallout from yesterday's U.S. Supreme Court rulings. They continue to reverberate across the DMV and the country, including classrooms and now in courtrooms. Justices limited the authority of federal judges to issue injunctions affecting the entire country. Comes after judges blocked President Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship. Our Daniel Hamburg has the story.
In a 6-3 ruling, Supreme Court justices decided district judges can't block the president's policies on a nationwide basis.
It only takes bad power away from judges. It really doesn't take power. It takes bad power, sick power, and unfair power.
Outside the court, protesters say the ruling is dangerous.
Gave Trump a green light for any order that violates the Constitution to be able to go through without being challenged by the courts.
The case centered around a judge blocking President Trump's order to end birthright citizenship, but the justices didn't rule on its constitutionality.
They're holding on the injunctions was probably further than I thought they would go.
Retired federal judge and Dickinson College president John Jones says the justices left some wiggle room.
Class action suits are governed by certain rules in the federal courts where you essentially act on behalf of all individuals similarly situated.
Immigrant rights group CASA immediately filed the class action lawsuit in Maryland.
I think most Americans should be nervous. But if that nervousness is not what should be kept there, we should be hopeful and we should be fighting for a better future.
Jones says the justices recognize their ruling means they have to act quickly in these cases to clarify the national law.
The court bought for itself today the necessity to take this up pretty quickly, or you're going to have just chaos among the 50 states.
Mr. Daniel Hamburg reporting. Now, the opinion does not take effect for 30 days, giving time for more litigation in states and the Trump administration time to figure out how to implement the order denying citizenship to some people. Time is 10:09. Today, water crews in Northwest D.C. worked to repair a water main break. It caused some disruptions for residents this morning. It's a 6-inch water main that was being repaired on California Street. Crews here hard at work. This was in Northwest between Connecticut Avenue and Phelps Place. Because of that work, 6 apartment buildings and 1 hotel were impacted. This weekend, Pride celebrations are coming to an end as it's the final weekend for Pride Month. Tomorrow, however, marks Pride in the Plaza in Silver Spring. That happens from noon to 5. There's going to be music, food, performances, plenty of maybe festive colors too. Festivities are happening at Veterans Plaza. In Virginia, get a load of this. One lucky person, very lucky, made history after raking in hundreds of millions of dollars with what? One winning lottery ticket. The Virginia Lottery said one ticket purchase matched all 6 numbers in the Mega Millions drawing. It's worth $348 million. The largest prize ever won in any Virginia Lottery game. Winning numbers 18, 21, 29, 42, 50 with the Mega Ball number 2. The ticket was bought at E&CVA in Northumberland County. The winner has 180 days to claim the prize. What do you do with all that money? Well, for a second night, the comedy baseball team Savannah Bananas are playing at Nats Park. One lucky fan scored the ultimate surprise today in Alexandria, gifted 5 tickets to tonight's sold-out game. 9-year-old Sebastian Bond is a passionate baseball fan, and he was diagnosed with a cancerous brain tumor back in February. He's undergone radiation treatment and is undergoing chemotherapy. The team said they wanted to honor Bond's strength and resilience as he continues his health journey. Best of luck to him for sure. Well, if you're unfamiliar with the Savannah Bananas, take the Harlem Globetrotters, bottle up their energy, pour it onto the baseball diamond. Last night, I had the chance to cover Game 1 at Nats Park, where 41,000 fans peeled together for a night of family fun.
From behind the dugout and into the nosebleeds, fans yelling in yellow for a quirky bunch of baseball players known as the Savannah Bananas. 2-hour comedy show of sport fueled by hot dogs, popcorn, beer, and
ball. All the cool catches. Just to see them do the funny dances.
I don't really care about the baseball part. I just want the fun part.
A 2-night stint in D.C. comes after the team's inaugural visit last year. The Bananas, 10 years old, born out of Georgia, and now the anchor of an expanding baseball event franchise that's only adding more teams.
Originally, we were going to invite them all down to Savannah to come see the Savannah Bananas, but too many people wanted to see them in Savannah. So we came to D.C.
Pilgrimage!
That's right.
Before the first pitch, the players behind the Potassium peeled into the community, visiting Children's National Hospital to visit young patients and add smiles. Pre-game shenanigans also pumping up a crowd of all ages. Friday's turnout for an exhibition team, the envy of some major league franchises during the regular season, a 2-night sellout.
Oh, just having fun, just having a good time.
It was a good time indeed. All right, coming up, if you are whipping up food outdoors on July the 4th, why you may be better off grilling pork chops than burgers. Which holiday favorites will save you some cash? Live look outside, it is 10:13. You're watching DC News Now. Scott's coming back with your forecast. Sticky night ahead. We'll be right back.